Do you know, I believe we all should be our own doctors, because only we know how we feel, only we know what we've been through. And only we know how our body responds or reacts to what's happening in our body. But in a cellular pH of 5.5, this is where disease thrives, especially yeasts, funguses, and cancer. I have a lot of books in my library at home from doctors, professors, scientists, naturopaths, naturopathic doctors who are having success helping their patients to conquer cancer. And so I read them all, and I want to find the three common denominators. Cancer loves acid.
When it comes to health, keeping the right balance between acid and alkaline levels in your body is more important than you might think. Barbara O'Neill, a well-known expert in natural health, warns that if your body's pH levels are out of balance, it can lead to some serious problems. Basically, if you're too acidic, you could be facing a bunch of health issues that you may not even realize are connected. So, let's get straight into it. Here are 8 signs that your body might be too acidic and why you should care. Now, let's start with the physical symptoms. When we talk about physical symptoms, we're referring to the signs that are right there on the surface, things that affect how your body feels or looks. If your body is too acidic, it's not just something happening inside. It's also about the things you can see and feel in your everyday life. Persistent fatigue. According to Barbara O'Neill, one of the clearest signs that your body is too acidic is persistent fatigue. If you're constantly feeling drained and lacking energy, even after getting a full night's sleep, that could be a strong indication that your body's pH levels are out of whack. This ongoing tiredness isn't just about needing more rest. It's a warning sign from your body that something isn't right.
Everything we hear or have ever heard, everything we see or have ever seen.
When your body leans toward acidity, it has to work overtime to neutralize that excess acid. This extra effort can really sap your energy, leaving you feeling stuck in a perpetual slump. Your cells start struggling to function at their best, which can lead to a noticeable lack of enthusiasm for everyday activities. Even simple tasks may start to feel like climbing a mountain.
Unfortunately, there are many things today that people are doing that are actually clouding or compromising the part where our goals are, the part where our intellect, reason and judgment is. And we've been looking at that this week, though I haven't actually defined it as such. So dehydration compromises it, late nights compromise it, lack of exercise compromises it, bad food compromises it, bad air compromises it.
On top of that, an overly acidic environment can stress out your adrenal glands, which are key players in managing energy and stress levels.
As the oxygen's being burnt in the little energy cycles in the cell, the gaseous waste is being given off carbon dioxide, and as carbon dioxide builds up in the blood, it creates an acid condition.
When these glands are overworked, your energy can take a nosedive. You might find yourself reaching for that extra cup of coffee or sugary snack, hoping to get a quick boost, but it's only a temporary fix. If you're battling fatigue day in and day out, it's a clear signal that your body is trying to tell you something. Ignoring these signs can lead to bigger issues down the road, so it's worth paying attention to how you're feeling.
So the breathing deeply gets more oxygen to alkalize, more carbon dioxide out to keep that balance. In fact, we don't choose to breathe deeply going up a hill, do we? It just happens whether we like it or not. So your lungs help to keep the acid-alkaline in the blood at the right level.
Digestive issues. Next, we have digestive issues. If you're constantly battling acid reflux, indigestion, or other stomach problems, it might mean your body is too acidic. Barbara O'Neill points out that when your body is overloaded with acid, it can really throw a wrench into your digestion. Your stomach needs a proper balance to function well, and when acidity levels are high, it can lead to some pretty uncomfortable situations.
I have never met anyone with too much hydrochloric acid. A lot of people are diagnosed with too much hydrochloric acid because it comes up and causes reflux. That's not the acid, that's the gateway. And the gate, you see, it should be acid. If someone says, I've got a very acid stomach, I say, fantastic. It must be acid to break your protein down. And what that acid does is it snips the protein bonds into little pieces. So how can you restore hydrochloric acid? But what would deplete it? Stress. When people are worried and stressed, that blocks your hydrochloric acid production. Drinking with meals, isn't that an American habit? Waters down the hydrochloric acid. Eating all day long depletes hydrochloric acid.
Take acid reflux, for instance. It's that annoying burning sensation when stomach acid creeps back up into your throat. It's not just uncomfortable, it's a clear signal that your stomach is struggling with too much acid. Then there's indigestion, which can leave you feeling bloated and heavy after meals. You might even feel like you need to unbutton your pants just to ease the discomfort.
The stomach's secret weapon, hydrochloric acid. No, the stomach should be acid. So if someone has heartburn or reflux, to take antacids, it defies reason. Because if you stop your acid, what's going to break your protein down now? No, the problem's not the acid. The problem's the gate. Now, God designed our bodies with a double-layered gate there to ensure that the acid doesn't come up. So if it's coming up, why is it coming up? It's coming up because that little gate has been weakened.
And let's not forget about food triggers. Certain foods, especially processed snacks, sugary treats, and caffeinated drinks, can make things worse. It's frustrating when you can't enjoy your favorite meals without worrying about the aftermath. You may find yourself avoiding social situations because you dread what might happen after eating. If you're experiencing these digestive issues regularly, it's definitely worth paying attention to what your body is trying to tell you. These signs of high acidity could be impacting your overall comfort and well-being.
And so when our abdominal muscles are strong and we are abdominal breathing, that strengthens that whole abdominal muscular area, which has an effect to help strengthen the cardiac sphincter. So strengthening the abdominal muscles is very important.
Muscle aches and pains. Next, we have muscle aches and pains. If you're feeling unexplained soreness in your muscles or joints, it could be a sign that your body is too acidic, and that's definitely not a good thing. Barbara O'Neill highlights how high acidity levels can lead to discomfort and inflammation, making you feel achy and stiff.
By looking at this acid-alkaline list, you can determine what is the best foods for arthritis and what are the worst. The most alkalizing is the humble lemon, and the lemon is acid where it should be and it's alkaline where it should be.
When your body has too much acid, it can really interfere with how your muscles function. You might find that you're sore even after light activities, like taking a walk or doing simple chores around the house. It's frustrating, right? You could wake up feeling stiff and achy, and moving around might feel like a workout in itself. Those everyday tasks become a struggle when your muscles don't cooperate.
Dr. Colin Campbell, in his book China Study, he shows how he could turn cancer cells on and off by the amount of meat and dairy products that he was giving them, because cancer loves an acid environment. These acid foods are high in the acid-forming minerals, which is chlorine.
And it's not just the physical discomfort. That constant pain can take a toll on your mood and energy levels. When you're dealing with muscle aches, it can be hard to stay active or enjoy your favorite activities. You might feel like you're stuck in a cycle of soreness, where every movement is a reminder of that discomfort. It's important to pay attention to these signals from your body. If you're noticing persistent aches and pains, it's a clear indication that something is off, and those high acidity levels might just be the culprit behind your muscle troubles.
So these can have an acid effect on the arthritic person. If a person doesn't have arthritis, they often can eat this class of vegetables. But if you're wanting to conquer your arthritis, your gout, these things have to stop.
Weakened immune system. Now, let's talk about number 4, a weakened immune system. If you find yourself getting sick all the time, or catching every cold that goes around, it could mean your body's pH balance is off. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes that when your body is too acidic, it can really mess with how well your immune system functions. Think about it. Your immune system is like your body's personal defense team. When it's firing on all cylinders, you can fend off illnesses and stay healthy. But if your body is leaning toward acidity, that defense gets weakened. It's like having a rusty sword in battle. Your defenses just aren't what they should be. You might notice you're sneezing and coughing more often, or that a cold takes longer to shake off than it used to. It's frustrating, right? You could even find yourself feeling tired and run down as your body struggles to fight off infections.
But in a cellular pH of 5.5, this is where disease thrives, especially yeasts, funguses, and cancer.
High acidity can also lead to chronic inflammation, which puts even more strain on your immune system. So, Instead of bouncing back quickly from minor illnesses, you could end up stuck in a cycle of getting sick repeatedly. If you're experiencing frequent headaches or just a general feeling of being unwell, that could be another clue that your immune system is struggling. It's all connected, and your body's acidity levels could be playing a significant role in how you feel day to day. Keeping an eye on these signs can help you understand what's going on inside your body.
All blood is within that scale, because if blood pH goes up to 8, the person will go into a coma and die of alkalosis. If blood pH drops down to 7.22, the person will go into a coma and die of acidosis.
Now, our mind is closely connected to our body, and when our organs aren't functioning well, our mental state can take a hit. Barbara O'Neill points out that when our bodies become too acidic, it can lead to several emotional and mental issues, including mood swings, irritability, and brain fog. Mood swings and irritability. Let's dive into mood swings and irritability. You know those days when you're feeling upbeat one moment, and then, out of nowhere, you're irritated or upset the next. It feels like an emotional whirlwind, and it's not just in your head. There's often a physical reason behind it. This roller coaster of emotions is frequently tied to an overly acidic body. When the pH levels in our body are out of balance, it can directly impact our mood and emotional stability. Our body struggles to maintain equilibrium, leading to heightened sensitivity to stressors that wouldn't normally bother us. Small inconveniences might feel like overwhelming problems, and we can find ourselves snapping at people or feeling upset without fully understanding why.
Stress, worry, anxiety. Now this creates a very acid environment in the body. And the body's quickly trying to deal with that. And the blood pH is getting a little acid. It's going up to, what's going down, 7.35, 34, 33, we're dropping. And remember, down to 7.22 is death. So very quickly, the last resort buffer system is called on.
This internal imbalance can create a sense of frustration, restlessness, or anxiety that makes it hard to stay focused or calm. As a result, it becomes difficult to enjoy the little things in life or even maintain healthy relationships because we feel constantly on edge. This ongoing emotional turbulence can leave us feeling mentally and physically drained, making it harder to handle day-to-day activities with the same ease as before. It's like being stuck in a loop of emotional highs and lows, and after a while, that can take a serious toll on our overall well-being. Brain fog. Have you ever sat down to tackle a project, study for an important test, or simply get through a workday, only to find that your mind feels hazy, sluggish, or unresponsive? You try to focus, but it's as if your brain is wrapped in a thick fog, making it difficult to think clearly or process information. This frustrating experience, commonly referred to as brain fog, can be more than just a result of being tired or overworked. One often overlooked cause is an overly acidic body.
Lack of energy is usually lack of oxygen at the cellular level, because when the cell has oxygen, it'll give you 18 times more energy compared to the cell that has no oxygen.
When our body becomes too acidic, it creates an internal environment that isn't ideal for our brain to function at its peak. Our brain cells, much like every other cell in our body, rely on a balanced pH to operate effectively. When that balance is disrupted, we might struggle with basic cognitive functions. This can manifest as forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, and even a slow processing speed, where even the simplest of tasks seem mentally taxing. You might find yourself rereading sentences, unable to grasp concepts as quickly as usual, or forgetting details that are typically second nature.
And sunshine penetrates deep inside the body, and sunshine helps to cleanse the body, and it also helps the body to move the blood through. When the sun touches the skin, it actually moves the blood through. The sun is the healer in the sky, it's not the enemy in the sky.
Barbara O'Neill stresses the importance of being aware of these cognitive warning signs. If you're noticing that your mind is feeling foggy, or you're struggling to retain information, it's crucial not to ignore it. These aren't just random occurrences, they're signals from your body that something is out of balance. And often it's linked to the levels of acidity in your system. Instead of brushing off these symptoms as mere fatigue or stress, it's helpful to pause and reflect on what could be contributing to this mental fog. Is it the food you're consuming, a lack of hydration, or maybe poor sleep? Stress and environmental factors can also play a significant role. For instance, If you're spending too much time indoors, away from sunlight and fresh air, your body's pH may shift further toward acidity. Engaging in activities like sitting in the sun, breathing fresh air, and practicing deep, mindful breathing can naturally help increase alkalinity in your blood, supporting better brain function. But improving mental clarity isn't just about addressing occasional fogginess. It's about understanding the broader picture of how our daily habits influence our overall well-being. We often focus on visible signs of health, such as how we look, how much energy we have, or how physically fit we feel. However, what we don't always consider is how our internal chemistry, particularly acidity levels, can affect everything from digestion to mood to cognitive performance. As Barbara O'Neill highlights, the everyday choices we make about our diet, hydration, and lifestyle have a profound impact on our body's acidity. Processed foods, sugary drinks, and a lack of fresh, whole foods can tip the scales toward acidity, creating an internal environment that fosters brain fog and other issues. On the flip side, making conscious decisions to consume more alkaline-forming foods, such as leafy greens, fruits, and plenty of water, can help restore balance, leading to clearer thinking, improved focus, and overall better health. By paying attention to these subtle signs and adjusting our lifestyle habits accordingly, we can create a healthier environment within ourselves. The goal is to maintain balance, not only physically but mentally, and to ensure that our brains are functioning optimally. In doing so, we not only clear the mental fog, but also enhance our ability to perform, think creatively, and enjoy a higher quality of life. Dietary choices. Let's dive into dietary choices. Many people tend to eat diets full of processed foods and sugary drinks, often without realizing how these choices affect their bodies. Fast foods, candy, and sodas are typically acidic, which can disrupt our body's balance and lead to feelings of fatigue, bloating, and even headaches.
When meat breaks down in the body, it gives off a high sulfur waste. So it's particularly acid forming is the meat.
So, what can we do to combat this? Barbara emphasizes the importance of incorporating more alkaline foods into our diets. Fruits and vegetables, especially leafy greens like spinach and kale, are excellent choices for helping neutralize acidity.
In the alkalizing minerals, dark green leafy vegetables. Dark green leafy vegetables are very alkalizing. We should be eating dark green leafy vegetables every day.
Foods like bananas and avocados are also great for maintaining that balance. Whole grains, nuts, and seeds provide essential nutrients and contribute to a healthier pH. Additionally, healthy fats from sources like olive oil and fatty fish can support overall wellness. To make these changes easier, try planning your meals ahead of time. Instead of reaching for processed snacks, prepare wholesome options in advance. Snacks like carrot sticks with hummus or a handful of nuts can be nutritious alternatives to chips. Drinking herbal teas, such as ginger or chamomile, can aid digestion and help maintain a healthy acid balance. Remember, even small changes can lead to significant improvements in how you feel.
Now, to maintain a balance of acid-alkaline in the body, we need to be eating about 80% alkaline forming foods and about 20% acid forming.
Dehydration. Many people don't realize just how crucial proper hydration is to their overall health. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to overlook how much or how little water we're actually consuming. However, not drinking enough water can have significant consequences on our health and well-being. When our bodies are dehydrated, even mildly, it can lead to a variety of issues, one of which is an increase in acidity levels. An acidic body environment can result in fatigue, making us feel sluggish and unproductive, as well as decreasing our physical and mental performance. This can turn everyday tasks into challenges, leaving us feeling drained and less capable of handling what the day throws our way. Proper hydration plays a key role in keeping our body's pH balanced and ensuring that we have the energy and mental clarity to thrive.
If someone says, I've got an overacid stomach, my question is, how do you know? Oh, I can feel it burning. Oh, the problem's not the acid, the problem might be you're dehydrated and you haven't got enough mucus because mucus is 99% water.
So, how can we ensure we're drinking enough water throughout the day to avoid these pitfalls? One widely recommended guideline is to aim for at least 8 glasses of water daily. However, depending on your lifestyle, this amount may vary. If you are physically active, engaging in regular exercise, or live in a hot climate, you'll likely need to drink more to stay hydrated. A practical way to keep track of your water intake is to carry a reusable water bottle with you wherever you go. This simple yet effective strategy serves as a constant reminder to take sips of water throughout the day. You may find that having a bottle within reach helps you develop a habit of sipping water more frequently, preventing dehydration before it even starts.
7th law is use of water. Water alkalizes. I haven't met anyone that drinks too much water yet.
Another helpful way to increase hydration is by incorporating water-rich foods into your meals. Not only do these foods help with hydration, but they are also nutrient-dense and refreshing. Cucumbers, for example, are made up of about 95% water and are perfect for snacking or adding to salads. Similarly, fruits like oranges and watermelon are not only delicious but are packed with water and vitamins that help support hydration. Making these hydrating foods a regular part of your diet can contribute to your daily water intake without feeling like a chore.
And a lot of people think they just wash the food down. They basically wash all their digestive enzymes away. We should be stopping water ideally half an hour before the meal, resume about an hour and a half after the meal. That hour and a half allows time for those digestive enzymes to start their breakdown. If someone's thirsty after a meal, by all means have a mouthful.
It's also essential to be in tune with your body's signals. Feeling thirsty is one of the most obvious signs that you're not drinking enough water. But by the time you feel thirsty, you may already be mildly dehydrated. Fatigue, headaches, and even difficulty concentrating can also be subtle signs that your body needs more water. To stay ahead of dehydration, a great habit to adopt is starting your day with a glass of water.
Dehydration. When you're dehydrated, the cells can clump together a little bit, inhibiting the uptake of oxygen at the cellular level. So make sure you're well hydrated. Make sure you're breathing through your nose, in and out. Breathing low, slow, deep. That will allow more oxygen to get into your body.
This simple morning ritual can help kickstart your metabolism and rehydrate your body after a night of sleep. Throughout the day, consider swapping out sugary drinks and excessive amounts of caffeine for water or herbal teas. Not only do these choices help you stay hydrated, but they also avoid the extra calories and crashes associated with sugary beverages and caffeinated drinks. By focusing on eating wholesome, nutrient-rich foods and staying properly hydrated, we can promote an alkaline environment in our bodies, which supports optimal health. Making these simple but impactful changes, drinking more water, eating hydrating foods, and avoiding dehydrating drinks can transform how we feel on a daily basis, boosting our energy levels and overall sense of well-being. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes the importance of paying close attention to the subtle signs that your body may be giving you. Whether it's feeling fatigued, experiencing mood swings, or struggling with brain fog, these signals are your body's way of communicating that something might be off. By recognizing these early indicators and making small, manageable changes, you can help restore your body's pH balance and significantly improve your overall health and well-being. So, what steps will you take to listen to your body today? Will you start by drinking more water, making more mindful food choices, or perhaps dedicating some time to getting outside and breathing in fresh air? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content on how to live a healthier, more balanced life. We'll continue to share expert tips, insights, and practical advice from Barbara O'Neill and other health experts to help you on your journey toward optimal wellness.